Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, WWE's Backstage morale is in decline again.
I'm going to tell you why Chelsea Green missed Raw this week.
And we have the latest update on AOP's potential WWE return.
I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the first of two news videos today.
We'll have an afternoon news video coming later on, about midday Eastern time. That'll have some WrestleMania stuff in it. But for now, we're going to cut. It's been a while since we've had to cover a story like this. But there's some backstage morale issues in WWE at the moment. The good news... Well, the bad news is that this story exists.
Yes.
The good news is that it's mostly among non-wrestlers and it's quite explainable.
Oh, well, they're not important.
Yeah, bunch of losers. Especially that Triple H guy. What's he ever done?
Yeah.
Apart from completely revitalizing the company and transforming it and writing the best WWE story in ages. But I digress. PW Insider, through their Elite service, have reported that a feeling of walking on eggshells has returned to WWE, and it's quite reminiscent of the mood when Vince McMahon was still chairman and CEO. Now, Vince is obviously back in WWE as an executive chairman now, 77 years old, back on the board. And it's his comeback, as well as the departure of Stephanie McMahon, who was chairwoman and co-CEO before Vince came back, as well as speculation on the ongoing sale. Have I already said that? I think I've already said that. My brain is going nuts. But all three of those things are contributing to this situation. Now, it's said that the bulk of the talk doesn't come from wrestlers themselves. It's mostly backstage staff members and people who work at the office in Stamford. But morale is still believed to be a bit better than when Vince was the boy, when he was in charge.
It's a low bar, that, though, isn't it?
It really is. Employees are apparently fearful of losing their jobs once WWE is sold. Similarly, recent front office departures, there've been a bunch of those lately, have created this sense of uneasiness too. So Vince is back in WWE, according to him, to sell WWE and to facilitate or help with the next round of rights fees negotiations, which come up later this year. It's natural when there's any corporate acquisition or when a company gets taken over, whatever, for people to go, oh, what's going to happen to my job? So I think this is very understandable. Nick Khan has said they want to try and sell within 3 months. Apparently they're looking for $9 billion. That's the latest. WWE's going to be sold this year and people are a bit worried.
Yeah, first of all, I took the piss, but obviously anyone fearing for their job must absolutely suck just going into the office every day. It's a relief, I'll say this, the caveat, that it's not the wrestlers. They're getting that side of things right. But yeah, look, if a new corporate overlord's going to take over, who knows what's going to happen? And the fact they've put a time limit potentially on it of a few months,
3 months
makes
maybe.
you think, am I going to be able to buy Christmas presents this year? And they are, one of the only big shows in town. AEW's obviously the other one. It's nice that it's not just a monopoly and that's it. But yeah, who knows what's going to happen? I've never walked on eggshells.
It must hurt.
How many eggs have to be on the floor? Because surely if there's just one eggshell, you just walk around.
Well, it's more than one. It's a plural, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't just smash an egg and go, all right, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, but the whole point of walking on eggshells is that you have to be careful to not smash it. So what am I talking about? But, corporate acquisitions and stuff, I don't think this story is...
Just be careful with your eggs.
Yeah, look after your chickens before they've hatched and all that stuff. But to kind of circle back a little bit, I don't think that this is like any major scandal or whatever. It's just a natural product of speculation on your job and stuff. So I understand why people are a bit worried.
We'll keep you posted on it. What does he want? $9 billion.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Yeah. Is it too much? Is it too less? I have no idea, so I'm not going to make a judgment. I don't know.
I have no idea, and they're just numbers on a screen.
Wall Street. There you go. That's what I know.
Chelsea Green. She wasn't on Raw this week. The storyline reason was, of course, she was in Ottawa, Illinois, rather than Ottawa, Canada, and her Karen character was like, what are you going to bloody do about this to Postman Pierce? And he went, oh, you're breaking up.
Bye.
But the real reason is she hates Canada. That's the story today. No, I'm joking, of course. It is because she is landlocked. I hadn't heard this phrase before. Landlocked doesn't mean she's Switzerland.
Or Liechtenstein.
Yes, it means she hasn't got a green card. This is reported by Fightful Select. She is awaiting that, which will enable her to work in Canada. Until then, she's got to stay put in the United States. And actually, I wasn't like, oh, where the bloody hell's... Like, no offence to her, but I wasn't thinking, wait a second, where's Chelsea Green? I thought it played into her character right now perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. This is wild, isn't it? Because she's Canadian?
Yeah.
But she can't work in Canada because she's awaiting a green card that she's been waiting since last summer, which means she is stuck in the United States.
And for all I think, like, oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
The stories I've heard of people who get busted for that sort of thing. Yep, that's goodbye to your wrestling career.
Yeah, you're gonna have a 5-year ban, brother. I know nothing of these immigration laws, so it's rubbish.
Yes.
But at least they were able to make something fun out of it on TV. I like this character. I think it's fun.
Good little pivot from creative, that. And why is it called a green card? Is it green?
I don't know.
I'm learning so much today.
It belongs to Chelsea. I think that's why. God almighty.
She's the only Chelsea doing well right now, isn't she? Let's be honest.
She really is the other one.
Then again, could be worse. Could be Liverpool.
Liverpool finished. Yeah, 5-2. Hey, listen.
Oh, wait a second. That's Matt Rains in the comment section.
British teams that play in red, playing Real Madrid in England, beating them. It's not for everyone, guys. It's not for everyone. You need 2 stars on your badge for that.
When was the last one that beat him in a major?
Famous and envied, mate.
Aberdeen?
Aberdeen.
Just in case you're unaware.
40-year anniversary this year.
Is it?
Pour one out.
Wow.
Anyway, yes, Liverpool, you stink. I'm sorry. Right, we've got the latest update on...
Hey, goalkeepers, why haven't you tried not doing that?
Yeah, just be normal. Nick Pope as well. They're going to have to play Loris Karius in the cup final. Hey! Anyway.
Adam Nicholas said this. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Offers of Pain, latest on them.
AOP.
Spoke about them a few weeks ago. Fightful Select had the report where it was like, hey, WWE have at least discussed the idea of bringing Akam and Razor back. Got an update here. Actually, they had one earlier in the week as well, Fightful, saying that Paul Ellering, their former manager, was kind of facilitating the talks between the two parties. But they've updated again and said that despite, the Ellering thing, that's seemingly been the only real development. They've reported that things have been quiet on the front of AOP potentially returning. So they are a curious case. They haven't wrestled since being let go in September 2020. Last year they tried to launch that WES Wrestling Entertainment Series thing with a show in like a 10,000 seater arena here in England, Nottingham, England.
And that went well.
Yeah.
In opposite land.
They announced all these names, like Nia Jax themselves, Alistair Overeem, Braun Strowman, I think Deonna Purrazzo. Like, there was a bunch of names that were announced for this thing. Mojo Rawley.
It's like they threw things at a dartboard.
Yeah.
That one and that one.
They sold no tickets. Like, the ticket sales were appalling for this thing. They postponed it. A bunch of wrestlers pulled out, and then they cancelled it.
Yeah.
I think it was probably some kind of NFT scheme or something. I don't know.
That was a link to it as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a big bag of rubbish. But
we have 5-star wrestling. We've got 5-star wrestling at home.
Exactly. So AOP are still in play as free agents, is the story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no offense to them, but I'm in no hurry to see them back in WWE just yet. I'd like WWE to book other tag teams a little bit better.
Tag teams.
Like, I don't really like the gimmick, but I love the Viking Raiders, and I feel like two big bastards who kick the crap out of people, that position's kind of taken right now. Sorry, Adrian and Razor. But I would love to see a Paul Ellering managed AOP on the main roster, because I felt like it was such a disappointment that they came up. And I realised why it happened, and that's completely fine for Paul Ellering to be like, but I was like, immediately, oosh.
Yeah, AOP are weird. I really enjoyed them, but I'm not convinced they were any good. I like kind of big silly powerhouses who are very green, and they were very green, and that they've not wrestled since leaving WWE. Not the best sign.
No.
But like I say, I do really enjoy them, and if they showed up back on TV, I'd be like, yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Big lads rule, man.
Yeah.
I love big wrestlers.
Them and the Outrunners.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Tell them Turb.
Tell them Turb. We are the youngest men alive.
Yeah.
They could bring back, who else is huge? Great Khali.
Yeah. Got Indus down in NXT. I really like them.
Yeah.
Creed brothers kicking ass.
Indus are similar. They're big and they're not very good, and I like them.
They were that squash match they first had when they... More of that, please.
That was so wild.
But yeah, we'll keep you posted on any developments with AOP going forward. But yeah, fingers crossed if they do come back, it's with Paul Ellering, and I'm glad to hear he's involved in potential returns.
Yeah, very bold as well, Paul Ellering these days.
More on that in a little while, actually. Stick around. We'll move on to our Twitter questions. At WhatCulture WWE, of course, want to get in touch with us. First question today comes from Derek D-Rock Felix.
Hello, Derek.
It's a question about Sami Zayn.
All right.
I will say that. But for once, it's not about WrestleMania.
Okay.
This year, at least. Derek writes, WrestleManias 10, 20 and 30 of course ended with the overwhelming fan favourites winning world titles. Could you see the trend continuing with the ultimate year-and-a-half arc of Sami Zayn winning the title at next year's Mania?
I think the window is closed. I think the window is closed for Sami Zayn to become a world champion. I don't want to dismiss the prospect of WWE ever heating him up to the extent of Elimination Chamber again, because anything's possible in this organic wrestling world. I just feel like currently this is his peak moment of popularity, and if you try to repeat that next year, I think it's not going to be as good, and therefore they shouldn't try.
Look, I get this. I get the whole, but you shouldn't just go, well, it's happened for the last 3 times that this is like...
Sometimes people should just lose is the end of it, really. And it's a bummer, but some people need to have stories where it's just a bit of a bummer.
Just because it's ends in a 0 doesn't automatically mean, well, the last 3 we've done this, we should do it for this one. You're going to hate me, because we always sit here and say, when people go, shouldn't R-Truth win the world title for the fact he's been in the company for this long? But I think, I'm going to try and explain this and make it justify it to you. I think this run merits a world title reign for Sami Zayn that's not necessarily going to happen right now. I think the work that he's done should mean that it doesn't probably matter to him that much in reality.
Yeah.
He's living his best life. But I do think there is a world title down the road for Sami Zayn. Not necessarily just as a reward for this. I don't think it's going to happen right now, I agree.
Yeah.
Cody, Roman. I also disagree with the fact that anyone should say, in 18 months or, 16 months or whatever it is, not even that, 14 months, Adam, do your maths, that's what the world title match is going to be. Things change. Shut up, I'm not talking to you. Things change, and you got how many times have we bollocked WWE for going, it's going to be Brock and Roman next year, and you're like, well, what if someone bursts through? Nah, it's Brock and Roman.
You have to adjust, and if Sami Zayn is as hot next year as he is right now, pull the trigger, absolutely.
Yeah.
But if someone else, if we get 6 months down the line and someone has overtaken him, then putting the title on him because he had a good run in April or March or February, whatever month this is, doesn't make any sense. So it's really tricky. I think he just loses this, and that's it. And him and Kevin elevate the tag.
Yes.
I think that's it.
But I will say this. You could always give him the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Nah, he does this every year, man.
If there's ever going to be a year, give it to him. You're like, oh my God. And then imagine him, because it's kind of a heel tactic, if we're perfectly honest, the Money in the Bank briefcase. Imagine him just cashing in on a wounded Cody or something like that.
Turning heel, is he? Why not? Unless Cody's gone heel by that point, which is always possible because
he can't turn heel, Andy. He solved racism. How many times have I got to tell you this?
He's a very chaotic man, and he can... anything can happen with Cody Rhodes.
But yeah, give him the Money in the Bank briefcase. That and Victoria going in the Hall of Fame, and I promise I'll stop. Sean Acklin, our second question today. Thank you, Sean, for this. Right, the Switchblade era of Bullet Club is well and truly over. Who is next to lead? Kenta? David Finlay, maybe? Who? It's all a bit over the place, considering, the track record of Bullet Club.
Yeah.
I'm kind of out the loop, if I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah, it's a bit wild. Kenta would probably be my best bet because he's ace.
No lies detected.
He kind of obviously he's declined quite a bit physically, but he's really cool now, and he's refined the character aspect of his game, and he comes off like a real nasty prick, and he resonates star power as well. So I think I would go with Kenta. I don't know who their next big Western crossover dude is going to be, because the whole point of Bullet Club when it formed was it was a gang of unruly Westerners bringing American style shenanigans to Japan, which was against that kind of thing wrestling wise for so long. It's not so much the case now. I don't know who the next Jay White, Kenny Omega, AJ Styles is, whatever. Carl Anderson was the co-leader for a while. But yeah, Kenta.
I think I like Kenta, but I think you're right. I think you maybe need that bit more of a Western influence. And if you know, they're kind of already building up a little bit of a Bullet Club in NXT. So you need someone who's got experience of that, got experience of managing a team, of, kicking ass if necessary. I think it's Tony D'Angelo's to lose, to be honest. He's kicking ass.
He's really bad.
Him and Stax.
He is playing a Sopranos character on TV.
I love it.
All right.
Doing a street fight.
Okay.
If you're not watching NXT...
You're very smart. Like me.
There's something wrong with your life. Get watching NXT, it's the best. Von Wagner rules. Chase U rules.
Okay. Actually, Von Wagner and Chase U, they're fun.
And stop booing Bron Breakker. It's not his fault that title match sucked AS.
It's not his fault, they don't know how to book him.
Yeah. Get him on the main roster and give the title to Mello. Or Trick. God damn, I love Trick Williams. Hector Garcia III gives us our final question today, Andy. As a wrestling fan since the 80s, I've always liked not overexposing the champ, so I've appreciated Roman's run.
Me too.
Assuming he wins, do you see Cody following a similar path of limiting his exposure and not wrestling on TV often, perhaps only on PLEs?
I think there'll be a balance with Cody, but no, I don't actually see him taking the Roman route of only wrestling like once a month or once every 2 months, which I totally agree has been wonderful for Roman's aura, and like his matches feel special because he doesn't do them often.
It's weird, and I thought it was going to be just like Brock all over again.
Yeah, but like they've just done it perfectly. When the rumors of part-time schedules and stuff came up last year, we were like, gosh, but it's worked.
Yeah.
Cody, I think, is going to do the fighting champion route because that's who he is.
Yeah.
He's the grandson of a plumber. He's, the American dream second in command or whatever. That's a nonsense statement. But yeah, like he did it with the TNT in AEW.
Yeah.
I think he'll go down that route. I don't think he'll wrestle every week. I don't think you'll see.
He shouldn't. He should be like Hamlet says this all the time about Bianca Belair. Special attraction.
Yeah, that would work for Bianca, but I think Cody's a bit different.
But Cody's going to work on telly.
He's kind of like the grafting, hard-working man. Like that's his character, that's his personality. So I think he'll work more on telly than Roman does. But I don't think it'll be every single week.
But assuming he wins the world title, will he defend it later on again that same night like Drew McIntyre did, or is he going to be a bit of a bitch?
I think he's going to
only do one title match.
Well, I mean, Drew's. Well. It's in Drew's. Like he's from Scotland, so of course he's tougher than everyone.
Yeah.
But Cody's all right. I like Cody.
Yeah. I really like that. I thought it was a really interesting question because it has been a weird dynamic, and Lord knows what they're going to do with the two titles, whether they're going to melt them down into one or what. But I see Cody, I agree, wrestling a lot more on telly than we've seen Roman.
Yeah.
But a bit of a change, that'll be nice.
Yeah, 100%.
And Gunther's going to come and chop the crap out of his tits eventually, probably.
Chop them raw.
Finally today, Andy. It's quite the alternative universe that has been sent to us by John Papa Sergio. I hope I've got that right, John, because I love that surname. He writes, somewhere in an alternate universe, Andy H. Wilborn and Adam Murray are delivering WWAEW news. And, well, what do you think?
Oh, that's horrendous. Oh my God.
Can I be a member of the bald community now?
You look terrible. Wow. Why have you done this?
You're like a good redhead.
I look like Damian Lewis. But with the beard, obviously.
God, I wish I could grow a beard.
Oh my God, that is horrific. But thank you, because I'm never growing hair again. Not that I have a choice.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Your half is something you'd never do if you got like hair plugs or whatever.
I would never do that.
No. But that is a terrifying glimpse into my future.
Yeah,
so
unlucky
thanks for that, I think, John.
You might want to look after that thinning hairline, brother.
I'm just going to get a Velcro toupee instead.
But you don't actually have the most thinning hairline in the office. I'm not going to tell you who does.
It's a tightly fought contest.
It's a tightly fought contest.
Right, let us know your thoughts on that and alternate news stories in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily wrestling podcasts. And send us more Twitter stuff, Twitter questions, and weird things like that at WhatCulture WWE. Watch, take, follow both of us. You can follow Andy Murray
at Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Hoop 29, Hoop Wick Bree.
Wait, so the technical achievements, fan favourites at WrestleMania 1020. Hoop 30 coming later on today.
Oh, well.
Actually, right now, let's do something. Hey Siri, set a reminder for later on today to watch the after news on WhatCulture Wrestling.
5 p.m. UK time.
It's going to piss some people off.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter at Adam Wilborn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. But for now, my thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for joining us. Join us a little bit later on, and we'll see you soon.